In the grand theatre of modern capitalism, where large corporations often take center stage dressed in dazzling suits of profit and power, there lurks behind the curtain an ideology as influential as it is often misunderstood: corporatism. If you've ever wondered why the plot of the economic drama appears sometimes rigged, with certain actors always landing the cushy roles, this socio-political script, though less talked about at cocktail parties than its cousin capitalism, might just hold some answers. Imagine a club where membership is exclusive, the entrance fee exorbitant, and the benefits tantalizingly communal, for the members at least. Yes, I'm referring to our old friend corporatism, an ideology not just surviving, but thriving in today's globalized world. The tale of corporatism is old, its threads intertwine deeply within the fabric of political thought. Originally coined from the Latin corpus, meaning body, corporatism envisaged a society where different groups like organs work harmoniously within the body of the state. This idea was notably polished not in the quiet solitude of a philosopher's study, but amidst the tumultuous upheavals of early 20th century Europe. It was an era when the concept of unity through division, or division through unity, depending on who was asked, wasn't just ironic, but somewhat fashionable. As the world struggled between the wars, corporatism was embraced, notably under Mussolini's Italy, where it was used as a third way to balance, or perhaps more accurately, to manipulate, the forces of emerging socialism and rampant capitalism. Instead of mere philosophical musing, it became a tactical approach in governance, incorporating major industry leaders into state processes while cuffing the hands of independent labor unions. Endearing, isn't it? While no one today would candidly admit modeling their policies strictly along Mussolini's lines, the seed of integrating corporate power into state governance in varying degrees found its soil not just in Italy, but all over the world. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, when the post-war economic boom turned corporatism from a wartime necessity to a peacetime strategy. Leaders across the globe started to see the value in letting big businesses have a seat at the policy-making table. Of course, this seat was not just any flimsy folding chair, but often a plush, high-backed executive monstrosity. Enter characters like Henry Ford and J.P. Morgan, giants in industry who could bend a politician's ear better than any lobbyist today could ever dream. These chaps weren't just shaping their industries, they were shaping policies, national sentiments, and even, cynics would argue, democracies themselves. Besides these tycoons, there were the less visible technocrats and bureaucrats who worked not behind gold nameplates, but deep within the intricate machinery of government, ensuring that the wheels turning towards corporatist agendas ran smoothly. Unseen but essential, they are the oil in the corporatist engine. Without a doubt, corporatism in the 21st century does not parade itself as blatantly as in the heyday of Ford and Morgan. However, it has evolved sophisticatedly into a more complex web, weaving through global markets and international politics. Today, corporations exert influence in less direct, more polished ways. Think lobbying, think tanks, and the so-called revolving doors of employment between corporate and government sectors. The result? Policies that often conveniently align with corporate agendas, whether it's about limiting regulations that impede business or shaping international trade agreements that favor multinational conglomerates. Interestingly, this corporate influence extends beyond just dry economic policies. It reaches into cultural realms, media, education, and even the arts, ensuring the corporate narrative is warmly embraced by the public. As we glance towards the future, the trajectory of corporatism seems steered by two opposing currents: increased resistance against corporate dominance on one side, and the ever-adaptive strategies of corporate influence on the other. Movements advocating for greater transparency, democratic participation, and stringent regulations on corporate influence in politics have been gaining steam. At the same time, corporations are not exactly sitting ducks. They are innovating new methods of maintaining influence, from sophisticated AI-driven data analytics to corporate sustainability campaigns that often double as PR stunts. Will there be a comprehensive reform that might uncloak and restrain corporatist practices widely? Or shall the tenets of corporatism just morph into new forms, as elusive and pervasive as ever? The future, though uncertain, is definitely open for business, pun intended. From its philosophical roots to its pervasive modern-day manifestations, corporatism remains a potent force in global political and economic landscapes. Understanding it is not just a scholarly exercise, it is essential for any engaged citizen in the theater of modern democracy's economic saga. As the curtains rise on this ongoing drama, keep your snacks ready. It's going to be a fascinating show.